Okay, so here's a quick overview of my camper. One thing I did was I attached a flat walnut top to my sink. So I wasn't going to use the sink. I wasn't going to hook up the water or anything. I actually took out my water tank and I put a battery in, and I'll show you that in a little bit. Here's my solar panel. So I attached that. I just drilled it to the bottom with the screws. And so that's how I got that top on there, but I'd rather have a flat top than a thing with a hole in it. And then I have some curtains that I hung, as you can see, pull across. And I just bought a rod at Home Depot. I usually have it up with actually a fishing line, but it pulled down with the kids. So it's probably something I'm not going to use until the kids are older, because they're going to pull and yank on everything. And what I actually ended up going for with bedding is a focus. No focus. There we go. Was a gel foam topper, memory foam. This is a 4-inch, and it's cool. Stays pretty cool with the holes in there. I didn't notice myself sweating or getting too hot at all. This is my solar panel I ended up buying. It's a 100-watt solar panel. Hooked it up outside. I just put the wood on there on the brackets, so I could lean it up on a tree. I could lean it on the camper. And that 100-watt solar panel actually charged my 12-volt marine battery to full during the day. So it doesn't only just sustain it, it kind of charges it as we go. With my solar panel came this, which tells me how full the battery is, what it's going towards. If I had my solar panel hooked up, that would be blinking as well, saying that it's charging. I just ran all the wiring into there. Let me take this all apart. Like I said, we took this up to Itasca State Park in Minnesota over the weekend. Came home, had to vacuum everything out. So I took out my water reservoir and I put in a battery, and then I ran this battery actually into my circuit board, bypassing my converter. I think this clips from the bottom, or is it the top? Anyway, it doesn't really matter, those all look the same. There we go. So nothing done to this side. I took apart this top, saw where the power comes off for direct current, and I just soldered into the circuit board with my battery, and then I hooked up the solar panel to the battery, and then I hooked on a I don't know if you can see it real well, a shut-off switch. So if I actually spin that, it disengages the battery. So then when I'm not using battery power, I can just turn it off. It's not going to be sucking any juice out of it at all. And then I put some stoppers in there on both sides so it doesn't move around when I'm driving. And I did install a fuse. That's a good idea to have. It's a 30 amp fuse. So if something crazy does happen with the battery, it's going to blow the fuse before anything happens to my box. In theory. Another thing I did that I liked is I drilled a hole through here for my dinette table. And I actually put a linchpin in there, and it goes all the way through, and it keeps it from tipping up or pulling out of there with the kids. Tried to make this trailer as kid-proof as I can. I bought foam and covers to replace the old foam and covers I had. So this goes on here, and these I just bought wraparound. So we were gonna go with this color initially, but then wife decided she didn't like that color, so we just double wrapped it to make it a little bit more protective. But this is just as a foam. Let's see if I can get to it. Just a high density fabric foam that I bought and cut to shape. can buy that from any online store, Amazon, whatnot. Put the floor in. I ripped out all the old floor, and most parts went over the top and the side parts. And that I used a 3M adhesive so it'd stick to there. Painted the heater vent, took that apart, painted that, sanded and painted the whole, everything else. I took off the old hardware, put knobs on it. So that's what it used to be. And then I sanded everything down and painted it. I did mention I took out my water reservoir, so we just filled drinking water up. That's a 5-gallon. We didn't go through that. We didn't go through that on our trip, so that would be plenty. I put these shelves inside, so things that we're gonna just leave in here all the time. Some soap, can opener, dish soap. I have a percolator in there, a knife set. This is all the canopy awning stuff. My extra linens on the bed. So I washed all the linens. In my drawer here, I just have extra cups, napkins, steaks. These are nifty. You just have different spices in each one. These are the Mr. Clean hooks, just in case you need hooks. Salt and pepper, baby sippy cups, cloth. Have these nice trays. It's nice for keeping things together. Paper plates, some general Lysol stuff. So yeah, it's pretty much everything I did to the trailer. I bought the stop blocks. These are used for leveling, so I just have those in for when I stop. I pull those out, put the tires up or down. I did clean up the stove. Clean that all out. That was pretty dirty when I got this. I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to do another video on camping with kids, because the videos that I watched, I don't know, they're kind of like Etsy-ish. Like, Etsy stuff isn't really functional, especially if you have kids. Like, these curtains, they got to go till the kids are older and they don't pull on them. We packed way too much food. You can't really prep food when you have kids camping, so you gotta bring ready to eat stuff, like heat it up. That's the most you can do. Anywho, hope you liked the video. If you have certain questions about what I did for things or where I bought stuff, let me know and I'll do my best to answer those questions. On the outside of the camper, I redid some wiring. I redid a rotted board on the back roof piece. On the inside, I just did a mildew stain remover, which got rid of a lot of it. It doesn't smell in here at all anymore. I got a really good deal. This is a 2000 Palomino Colt I got for $800. Put about another $400 into it with the solar panel included, so I did not pour a bunch of money into it. Some things I just had, some things I did buy. I'll show you what's in this cupboard. Again, we just had extra stuff that we threw in here that's going to stay in here all the time, like our pots and pans we sacrificed to the camper, a mallet for putting in steaks, scrubby pad, soap, things for grilling, rope. This is a collapsible laundry hamper. And I'll be adding to and taking from as we go and as we learn. But even one trip out with the family, like I said, one trip is all it took to learn. We're not going to bring as many blankets. We're definitely going to bring less prep type food. Do have a little bit of room in here. That worked out well just for storing stuff. Like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. I'll show you more videos. Now I can get back into woodworking and making beer and that sort of thing. I've been spending a lot of time on this camper, but now I'm going to put it back together one last time and won't see it again for a few weeks. Thanks for watching.